Oakland Athletics here, they make a big trade and they're trying to stay in wild card position to make the playoffs this season, and they make a big deal getting Starling Marte for Jesus Luzardo. So Starling Marte, now a former Miami Marlin, and what a season he was having, Marte, this year. 7 home runs, 25 RBIs, 22 stolen bases, 52 runs scored, a 305 batting average, and a 405 on base. So this is a huge deal here for the A's. And in my opinion, Luzardo, he's a good up-and-coming prospect in the system. But right now, the A's feel like they got the opportunity to go for it and win a championship possibly this season with a deal like this. And obviously, we've seen other teams make some moves. We've seen the Seattle Mariners, who are in the wild card hunt as well, make a trade last night for Tyler Anderson. We saw Tampa Bay, who's the first wild card, make a deal for Nelson Cruz last week. And now the A's are countering with the deal with their own, getting a good professional hitter like Starling Marte. And like I mentioned and said the numbers for Marte, he's having a good year. And this is a win-now move here for the A's. And as far as fantasy baseball goes, Starling Marte, his value is going to be pretty much the same or even better, I believe, here. Even though he's been a National League ball player throughout his career, is Marte. Obviously with the Pittsburgh Pirates, then the Diamondbacks, and then the Marlins. So this is his third team in as many seasons here is Marte. He's bounced around the league the last few seasons, but he's a good talent, no doubt about it, and a good ball player that hustles. And obviously he steals a lot of bases too, which is definitely a lost art in the major leagues. He'll have 30 plus stolen bases on the season. And the last couple weeks here, Marte's been red hot after the All-Star break as well. 1 home run, 7 RBIs, 5 stolen bases, 8 runs scored, a 463 batting average, and a 522 on base. So right now he's white hot, red hot, and a guy that don't get out at all right now for this Marlin team. And we'll see if that translates to the same type of things for the A's, which it should in my opinion. And it's a contract season as well, where he'll hit free agency in November is Marte. So he wants to finish the season off strong, and he wants to cash in for one more big contract in his career is Marte. Now to the Marlins side of things, obviously another lost season most likely for the Marlins. They're in last place in the National League East this year. And the Marlins, they're just trading guys and trying to get young prospects once again, or young guys who haven't done much yet in their career, but obviously have a high upside, and that's what they're trying to get with Luzardo. And hey, why not? If they knew they couldn't re-sign Starling Marte in the offseason, you might as well trade him and get a young pitcher in return, and that's what they exactly did. And this season, it's been a tough year for Luzardo, no doubt about it. 38 innings, 2-4 record, 40 strikeouts, a 6.87 ERA, and a 1.63 whip with a quality start. And Luzardo, he's been in the minor leagues over the last few months here for this 18, but now it wouldn't surprise me to see him get called up and maybe be in the rotation or in the bullpen here for this Marlin team, because obviously this Marlin team's rebuilding. They're going nowhere this season, like I said, and Luzardo's a player that I definitely could see getting called up, and a guy that I could see in deeper leagues of fantasy baseball be a player that people pick up and use and see what he could do, because last season the numbers weren't all that bad. 3-2 record in 2020, 59 innings pitched, 59 strikeouts, a 4.12 ERA, and a 1.27 whip with 4 quality starts on the season. So I think he could be a fantasy factor if obviously the Marlins call him up right away now after this trade and put him in the starting rotation, and that's the only way he'll have value. But right now he's still owned in 30% of leagues, so a lot of people stashing him on their Rene spots. And right now, I'm assuming he's going to be called up after this trade goes through and these guys report to their new team. So a big deal here for the Oakland Athletics, and a win-now move getting Starling Marte. And we'll see what he can do for the rest of the season. Help the A's make the playoffs or possibly win a championship. And if he can continue the strong numbers for fantasy owners. And we'll see if Luzardo can live up to the hype over the last few seasons here with his new ball club in the Miami Marlins for the 2021 season for fantasy owners, and the Marlins here.